Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Podcast. We're really excited to be back for episode 5. I say that with semi-confidence. Today we are unfortunately Let Podcast because today with me I have
Luke.
Evan.
and Trent, but no Zed today. Z for you American listeners, because we know you're out there. We got some global reach happening.
I'm really popular with American women.
Hey Florida girl, if you're listening. Anyway,
Florida girl, if you're listening, I miss you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think you do that.
So today we have a very exciting episode for you. Star Wars Celebration just happened, so we're just going to be covering that, talking about all the announcements that were made. We haven't talked about it with each other yet, so we should get some good conversations out of that. And then for the very end, we'll finish with a fun little quiz, Star Wars quiz that Luke found or made. Did you make it or find it?
No, I did not do any work.
Found it. Okay, sick.
Yeah.
Star Wars quiz that he found.
I'm a teacher, you know?
so
Yeah, we just find stuff.
Yeah, using AI and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
So to start us off with the news, I'm actually going to start off with something that isn't Star Wars, just because I want to bring it up very quick. Ghost of Yote. Anyone, did you see the trailer, Luke?
No.
There's a new trailer that came out for it. This is Ghost of Tsushima number 2. Release date of October 2nd, 2025. I'm super hyped. I'm so happy to actually have a date. It looks sick. It looks really awesome. Visually, it looks sick. They keep talking about the story, like how that's what they're really trying to make better than the first game, which I thought the first one was good enough. So to know that they're going to make it better is awesome. And then something that's really exciting is there seems to be, I don't know if there's going to be stances like the first game, but there seems to be at the very least different weapons that you can use. So there's like Japanese nunchucks, I forget what they're called. There's the spear, I think, and then dual wield katanas or something like that. So those might be the stances maybe instead of what the stances were, which would be really cool.
Yeah, actually, my least favorite part of the first game was the stances. I just thought like I never had the need to switch, so I'd be kind of happy to have this new thing.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool too. And something else that I saw is you might have like a wolf companion that you can maybe, if anyone played Far Cry before, it was always like, not always, but in some of the games you had a companion that you could just kind of go out and make attack like a person. It might be a wolf companion, I think, too, which would be a nice little change of pace. I also saw somewhere as one of the game developers said that they know with open worlds be really repetitive at times, and with this installment they're going to try not to do that, which is, I don't think they'll succeed in that fully because it's still an open world, but it's cool to know that they know that and would like to kind of stray away from that trend with open world. So that'd be really cool. Anyway, I'm very excited about it. Can't wait. Evan, you got to finish the first one so you can play the new one when it comes out.
Yes. As soon as Red Dead's
I didn't even
done.
find the first one that repetitive either, so that's promising. Like it had repetitive
balance,
but I never felt like, oh, I'm in the same gameplay loop for hours and hours and hours.
I totally agree. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up very quick. Super excited. October 2nd. Can't wait. All right, now we're going to go into the Star Wars stuff. So I'm going to just mention some of the things that are just one-offs that I don't think we'll have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of small announcements that they made. Monopoly Go is having a Star Wars themed event. New exciting stuff.
No.
You downloaded it, Evan, or was it just Haley?
No, I did. You sent me a link. I downloaded it, and to be honest, dude, I've been grinding. It's addicting.
Have you been still playing on?
Yeah, I have been.
Anyway, so yeah, Star Wars thing coming out May 2nd, I think, so that's exciting. So that's a really small one. It's not a fun game. Like I wouldn't even recommend it. It's so, I don't get the point of it at all.
No, it's pretty pointless.
What'd you say, Evan?
It's pointless. It's time wasty.
Okay,
That's all it is. Yeah.
But for Star Wars, buy now. Like invest. Like put all your money in Monopoly Go.
They instantly downloaded it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, there's I didn't actually write this down, but there's also a Star Wars event coming out. I think it's May 1st, I think. That will be really cool. There's gonna be even like events in the battle pass. So that's really sick. Maybe Darth Jar Jar. You seen them in Fortnite shooting Sabrina Carpenter down, maybe? Okay, now the ones I actually wrote down. So Star Wars Outlaws, that was that game that came out by Ubisoft a few months ago. Coming out with a DLC. There's apparently the second. I didn't even know there was a first one that was out, but a DLC that's coming out. And it's going to include Honda Onaka, which is really fun.
I love Honda.
My man.
Yeah. really, really fun. I'm surprised they didn't include him like in the basic story because the main chick, she's just a smuggler. Like that's who she is. So it would only make sense for her to be like either with or know of
Yeah.
Honda Civic. So yeah, no, I'm very excited for that. I guess that game sucks. Everything.
Did you
It
play
doesn't
it?
look fun at all. But no, I never touched it. I watched a few
Okay.
videos about it, but that looked very repetitive and boring. So it's nice that it's still supporting it, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder how it did. You know if it did well?
I have no idea. No, I haven't. I've only heard about like
I see.
what people thought of the game, and that wasn't so high. But as far as selling, I'm not too sure. If you
Yeah,
find
I've
anything
heard
there, let
mixed
us know.
things. That'd be cool though.
Yeah,
Hondu is one of my favorites from the Clone War TV show.
Yeah.
Like, he's so much fun. I've watched a movie or a show of just him, kind of like a Pirates of the Caribbean style, but him instead. It's
100%.
funny.
That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
and his voice actor is so good too. He's awesome.
Oh, top tier. LETZ is a game that I always, when it first came out, I was really interested because it sounds like being a smuggler is one of the coolest things in Star Wars, I think. But as you said, the trailer didn't inspire me, and there's just it didn't captivate me. So
And there was some people that said like, oh, main main protagonist isn't like a Jedi, doesn't have lightsabers, boring. No, I'm totally in agreement. It's like there's Jedi, of course, but then one of the bigger Star Wars characters are smugglers. Like that's a thing that's very much in Star Wars. So I thought it would have been cool, and I don't know. It kind of the sets of planets made it look like kind of desolate planets. So then I instantly was like, oh, they could do like a Red Dead, but in Star Wars. Like how awesome would
yeah,
that
That'd be
be?
sick.
But it definitely was not that. At the
like
very least, I
imagine
can
being like a Han Solo
that.
like character, but that'd be so
And that's
cool.
exactly like that seemed to be what it was supposed to be more or less. But I don't know. Some of the story clips, like the cinematics, looked cool. And even like the antagonist to it kind of looked cool, but not cool enough, I guess.
Yeah, I really want them to remake. Like, I want there to be a Star Wars game where you can pick to be anything. Like, you can play a smuggler or a Jedi. There's one that came out like that, but I don't remember what it's called. And it was an
Old,
online.
an old computer game, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Old computer game. But it was an online MMO, I think. Or it was mass multiplayer online. It looked really fun. I would have loved because you can just there's so many cool. I want them to make a game like that again, right? You can just play anything and then experience the universe of Star Wars.
I totally agree. That would be perfect, and it would sell so much. Like, let's
Oh
be
yeah,
honest. If they had it developed, it looked great, and it worked well, like it wasn't buggy, it would be so good.
I'm excited. Like, do they talk about maybe this news? Has Battlefront 3 been talked like because they stopped supporting the second one, but with how well it did, I'm imagining they must be making a third one.
Nothing as of now. Oh man, I'm sucking. I didn't write this one other down. Star Wars Zero Company. I think is
Yes.
maybe what it was called. Was
Yeah.
that what it was called, Evan?
Yeah.
It was a great poll. They did announce one game, Luke, but it was a turn-based combat game.
I love turn-based combat games. I'm gonna play that. That's
Oh, do you?
it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good them for you then. Sorry.
Pokemon, dude.
I've never
Pokemon's my stuff.
never gone into it, but it's I don't know. It seems maybe cool.
I'll
Yeah,
put
that one
that.
was
Sorry,
announced.
what's the company called? Star Wars Zero?
Star Wars Zero Company.
Zero Company. Yeah.
Are they're the people who did the Battlefront?
I'm not sure what developers on it actually.
Okay.
I just saw one YouTube video on it, and I looked at the comments, and all the
Yeah.
comments said Battlefront 3, Battlefront 3, Battlefront 3. All of them were asking for Battlefront 3 instead.
It is
But-
EA, so that makes sense. It is EA.
Oh, it
It's still
is.
EA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I've got to look into that. I wonder when that's supposed to release. Is that coming out soon?
I don't remember the date. You might have to look it up right quick.
Okay. Yeah. You can go on your next news. So I'm gonna give a quick look at this.
Okay, if you find it, let me know. Another small thing that I thought was really interesting. So, there's a second season of Light and Magic. Light and Magic is the series that kind of talked about how the um, industrial light and magic, ILM, is that the
Yeah.
abbreviation?
That's it. Yeah.
Just kind of develops how they are what they are today, how they were really trailblazers for animation especially CGI. That first season was more about the original series of Star Wars and older stuff like that. Like I think they talk about Indiana Jones and stuff. So it was less about the CGI stuff and more about the other stuff that they did to make movies what they looked like. But the second season, this first season, it was really good. I absolutely loved it. Some of the insights that they talked about were just really interesting. The second season is also really cool. Like I said, they're going to talk more about CGI, when digital kind of became more of the what's the word I'm missing here?
Standard.
More of the standard. Thank you. They will during the trailer. I just watched the trailer. It's also out now, so we don't have to wait for it. It's out now, streaming now on Disney Plus. They're going to be looking at pirates because apparently they did a lot of the animation for Pirates of the Caribbean movies. On the trailer anyway, they focused mainly on Davy Jones. They did that, which is probably still one of the best mocaps like ever. That looks pretty perfect.
Too bad Davy Jones looks terrible.
Say that again?
No. I was just teasing you, Jen.
Okay.
So too bad Davy Jones looks terrible. Like a bunch of squids on a face. Like what the frick?
Oh.
Can you game a shark face? What is this?
Dude, you're about to catch hands through the screen.
No, it looks good. He's awesome. I like when he plays the piano with his face. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, you do wish you could do that. But yeah, very excited for it. It's also going to discuss. Again, this is just the trailer, but it seems to it's going to go into talking about some of the bad reception the prequels got when it first came out, which would be really interesting to hear some of the people that put their hearts and souls into making that movie. They reacted to the backlash that it got. Yeah, that's all the notes I had about it. So I think it'll be pretty exciting. Have any of you guys started watching the first season ever? Or...
No, it wasn't even on my radar at all. But now that I know that they're going to talk about the digital era and the prequels, which is a really, really interesting area in film in general, like the things George Lucas did before even James Cameron and Avatar, things like that. He doesn't get enough credit, so that would be really interesting. So I'm definitely going to pick it up now.
Yeah, I didn't actually hear what you said at the start, so I don't know what we're talking about. But yeah, no, I haven't watched it.
It's called Light and Magic. It's just a documentary style series on ILM.
Okay, cool.
Made, like, Star Wars and stuff like that. But yeah, I totally agree, Evan. The whole thing of Jar Jar being the first main character that's fully CGI, like to hear how they made that and stuff, it's gonna be super interesting.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Yeah, you can catch that now on Disney Plus.
Sponsor us, Disney.
Another small thing I have here: Star Wars.
We're
Visions.
big Jar Jar supporters here.
Misa,
Love
Jar Jar Binks.
Big Jar Jar fans here, Best part of Star Wars, hands down. Jar Jar, Leia in the slave outfit, everything else.
Padme at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Right, my bad. My tier list was wrong. Yeah, Padme right under that, everything else.
Yeah.
Jabba's between that though. Jabba's between Princess Leia and
Forget Jabba.
Yeah. Next thing, Star Wars
Jabba.
Visions, the Star Wars anime series. Have either of you guys watched any of the seasons? Or
I watched the
first
first
one.
scene. Yeah, I think we watched it together, Luke.
We did. There were some really good episodes in that.
Yeah, there were some fire ones.
really awesome ones.
And some less
So,
good
and to
episodes.
go right into that, season 1, I'm pretty sure it's maybe the first episode, but don't quote me. The Ninth Jedi. That's actually gonna get a spin-off series into like its own spin-off series.
The Duel was
but yeah,
awesome. Ninth Jedi was also good. Duel was
Yeah.
my favorite one, though. Ninth
Duel
Jedi
was
was pretty
great.
metal, though, too.
That Ninth Jedi one, they were like heavily about like the lightsabers and like how they were made or something like that. I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
Yeah, isn't there a
there's
betrayal
armor.
plot line in the Ninth Jedi? Spoiler alert, I guess.
I
I feel
think
like
so.
siblings or something like that. That maybe one of them.
Yeah. No, I think the siblings is the different one.
It is.
Yeah.
Is there? Did you watch season 2, Jen? Is there only 2 seasons for it?
Yeah, I watched season 2, and then season 3 will be coming out. I think I have the date here. Season 3 will be released October 29th, 2025. So it'll be coming up too.
Okay.
And yeah, the second season was good. I think there was better ones in the first season overall, but I definitely liked the second season.
I would watch it. I just looked at the catalog of the seasons in the first season, the episodes in the first season. There were some that were mystery. I typically loved most of them. Like loved is a strong word. I liked a lot of them. Loved some of them really strongly. Like the two we just mentioned. The duel is one of my favorite Star Wars. That's so cool,
It's
dude.
so
I
sick.
forgot that one.
Yeah.
And right quick, so I'm just gonna read off something right quick. We'll also continue volume 3 the Night Jedi. The story of the duel also continues in The Duel Payback. Ronan continues to pursue numerous Sith, but a Jedi Grand Master stands in his way thanks to a truce with a Sith named Annie San. Though still in the final stage of production, the director shared some character designs, including Yakuza Enzelin, a Wookiee named Balal, and a mantis-like alien called inspired by a similar creature in the original Star Wars Cantina. So anyway, the duel apparently will get its own continuing episode in the 3rd season, it seems.
Yes, it's Bob.
Okay.
Which
Love
is
that.
cool. But yeah, so that spin-off series is the Ninth Jedi one, sorry. The Ninth Jedi, Child of Hope, maybe.
Okay.
Anyway. So yeah, that would be really excited. I'll definitely watch the 30th season. Like I said, the 2nd season definitely wasn't as good. There was a lot of, like you said, Luke, there was a few episodes in that 1st season that were very like whatever. And I think there was just more of those in the 2nd season, but there was also some really good ones too. So, and also the
As a
animation
whole-
style in itself, a lot of it looks really awesome, like all the like each time, and it's so cool to see the different ones from each episode. I love that. Like sometimes they were very drastic in how different they were, and
Yeah.
it's kind of the enjoyment part of it.
If I can jump what you said, Trent, as a whole, I actually love Star Wars Visions. I think it's so cool, giving different directors the chance to direct something in the Star Wars universe. You know, the Star Wars ethos, and just seeing, like, as you said, the animation styles are so different from episode to episode, but it's so cool. Like, it's just so many different takes on Star Wars. I just think it's such a cool place to have all of them. I really love Star Wars Visions as a concept.
Yeah, and the whole how like the people's different takes on Star Wars too. Like, what even some of my least favorite episodes were just because they worked for me. I remember there was that one episode. And there might have been the people that made what's that series about it's claymation and it's dog and something Gromit or
Wallace and Gromit?
yeah. Thank you, yeah, that one. I think it was maybe they might have been
You know, like
they might
Wallace
have
and
done
Gromit?
this. Not the biggest fan, but anyway, they might have done this
What?
episode in the Star Wars Visions where it's like a mom and a daughter, and the daughter's racing, I think is what it is. So the mom tries to help her, but she actually the daughter gets annoyed and stuff. And it wasn't my favorite episode, but it was also just cool to see that in the Star Wars universe. I think it wasn't a pod race, but it was like their own type of pod race that they created. So it is really fun seeing different things like that in the Star Wars universe. So.
You can't just skim over not liking Wallace and Gromit and expect
Yeah.
us to forgive you for
I-
that. That's
That's
I
kinda
didn't
wild.
say that. I said the episode in Star Wars Visions that they made I didn't like. Where like
Oh,
that though, I haven't seen most of them, so I don't even know.
All right. You gotta pass.
Have you seen any of them?
I don't know. There might have been an old one that I've seen. I don't
Do you
know.
like Fantastic Mr. Fox?
That's okay. Yeah, I liked it.
Oh, only okay.
No, I'm with him.
It was good.
I think
It
it's
was-
overrated. It's good.
Oh,
But it's overrated.
Oh, okay, we can move on. I'm not gonna stand on my boy's grave today, but that's okay.
Okay, cool. So now the rest of the stuff we have here is pretty much bangers. So we're gonna start with Mando and Grogu. So the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, it had pretty big panels. It's gonna be released for May 22nd, 2026. So I mean, still a year off, but also nice that it has a date. They include some clips where they showed off pictures of Mando, and I'd call his new suit. It's the same suit. I think they just did stuff with the non-Beskar parts of it. One of the big things, which I didn't know beforehand, maybe it was announced before, Sigourney Weaver is going to be in the movie, which is really, yeah, which is really fun.
That's wild.
Now we know that she's going to be some sort of rebel pilot. And then I also got some interesting things that I pulled from an interview with Sigourney Weaver. And apparently she said that her favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One. So there you go, Evan.
Let's go. Represent. That's sick.
Yeah. She said she loved Felicity Jones's performance. So loves
Really
Rogue
good.
One. And then she was also asked if a xenomorph or Grogu is more powerful, where she said that a xenomorph is more powerful, of course, And she said
That
something
makes sense.
along the lines of if Grogu stayed with Werner Herzog, which is the I forget if his name was the Collector, but he was the guy at the beginning of Mando season 1 trying to get Grogu.
Yeah.
She said if he got to stay with him, who knows what he could have become. That's what she said. So it seems like she did a lot of research for this role, which is kind of fun. Zeb Aurelius, which is the alien guy in Rebels. Apparently, he's going to be in the movie. It'll be really cool. And then the last comment I have here is Rhoda the Hutt, which is Jabba's son from Clone Wars. He's going to be in it, and they actually show off like I don't know if it's in a video or a picture. He's ripped.
Yeah.
He's a huge jacked Jabba a Hutt. Sorry, he's a jacked Hutt,
Yeah.
which we've seen in comic books. There's like a different Hutt that's absolutely ripped. But this is the first time we'll see it in the movie. So yeah, very interested. You guys excited for the movie or?
Just wanted to mention real quick, it's Jeremy Allen White playing Rada, the guy from The Bear, and the Iron Claw.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what.
What a weird
Rada as in Stinky from
Yes.
the Clone Wars?
as in Stinky from the Clone Wars.
That's wild. Okay.
I don't know what they're doing with this movie. I don't know why they're bringing back Rada. That doesn't make sense to me.
Stinky.
The main villain, I think, is Embo, right? Is that still correct? Or was that just a rumor?
I haven't heard anything about that. The bounty hunter?
Yeah. Who is sick. Don't get me
I haven't
wrong.
heard that. No.
But he's like a side character with much cooler bounty hunters around him in the Clone Wars. And so I just feel like, why are we bringing back all of these kind of forgotten characters? But at the same time, it's cool to see them again. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that because I kind of want just like new people instead of, all right, let's make this universe smaller by making everybody connected to everybody. But I don't know. I have hope. Jon Favreau did it once before, revitalized Star Wars, so maybe he can do it again. Who knows?
I'm glad they're bringing the Hutts back in. I feel like we haven't gotten a lot of cool Hutt stuff recently, so that's always interesting to me. I always like the Hutts. They're not like my favorite thing ever, but they're really good in the Clone Wars. Jabba's the presence over the whole original trilogy, and just tying them in more, I think could be interesting.
Yeah.
Although it being Rhoda is kind of wild. I forgot. I haven't heard his name said like that. All I remember is the little. I won't be able to picture him as a threatening menace after seeing him and Ahsoka in the Clone Wars.
Stinky.
Stinky. What
Yeah,
else? That
we'll
movie
see how it
sounds good
goes.
though. Like I'm interested in it. Did you guys? Like I feel like I've started to care less and less about the Mandalorian and Grogu as the new things of them have come out, like season 3 or season 4, and the Boba Fett season. What are you guys' thoughts? Like, do you guys care about them still a lot, or?
Yeah, my interest tanked after season 3. I really season 3 was so hit or miss. There's some things that were like, all right, this is cool, this is interesting. And then other things that were like, why are we hanging out on a planet with Lizzo and Jack Black? And it has nothing to do with the story, and it just, I don't know. I did like his like 2-episode cameo in Book of Boba Fett where he kind of just takes over the show. But I kind of wish we had a better season 3 to back that up. Because as it stands, it's just kind of nothing as a season. So.
Yeah. And I remember there's 2 things that everyone was assuming that would happen. One of them was that we'd get another season for this movie, is what people kind of thought. And especially just going where season 3 ended. It ended in such a way that felt so complete that I just want to know what type of story they have here that they feel like it's needed and required. Also, I remember when this movie, the speculations was that it was going to be like an Endgame type style where they bring in all of their series, like so Ahsoka, this one, Rebels, bring all a bunch of characters from those and kind of give them a capstone event. This movie, I feel like maybe now it's not going to be that, and it's going to be a smaller type event. We'll talk about these more later, but there's going to be Ahsoka season 2 now, and in those ones, like the Rebels characters are talked a lot about in those. So I just feel like it's not as definitive as it first sounded like. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Season 3 did suck. But there is definitely more story, especially with Grogu. There's so much more there. I think they could really explore or just give us, which would be really cool. But I'm hoping it's good. We'll see.
That's my problem with the character, because it seems like Grogu is growing so slowly that we're never going to get to like an adolescent Grogu, which I think would be an interesting character. Like right now, maybe I haven't watched. I didn't watch season. I don't remember season like any of the seasons after season 3. Like I don't remember a lot about the Mandalorian, but from my memory, Grogu never really matured that much. Maybe you guys can contradict me if I'm wrong, but do you think we'll ever get him
Oh,
more
you're right.
matured? Because I would like to see that in something.
And I'm stuck in a weird place because half of me wants them to like do a time jump and then we just see like a really cool Grogu. But I also would love to see the progression there on like a series or something. I think I'd be so interested to see him learn stuff through a series, and that's why I was so excited for Luke to enter that. 'Cause I thought that's what that was gonna be. I thought he was gonna learn a bunch of stuff with Luke, and then we see a Grogu that can actually do stuff and can actually talk or whatever. Um, I definitely, but yeah, like I want to see that someday. I would love to see. I hate how they took it in Mandalorian when he had the choice of a Jedi or a Mando and he picked Mando. That sucked. Yeah. So maybe we'll see it someday. Do you have
Yeah.
something to say, Evan?
No, just that he's still way too young for them to like plausibly introduce uh, an adolescent version, unless they do something like, oh, the Force made him like able to talk or grow faster or something, because he's only 50, and those things live up to like thousands and thousands of years, I think.
Only 50.
So like he still has 200 years before he should, if it's like comparable to a human, before he should even be able to like talk, make sentences and stuff. So no, I don't think we'll see a different version of Grogu, which is kind of annoying that we're still just, okay, it's just a baby, protect the baby. Yeah.
Like they wouldn't have to, as you said, Evan. You have mentioned it. He doesn't necessarily have to progress like a human does. Would you be opposed to if they did like a time jump, like Trent was saying earlier? Like that's kind of what my hope would be almost, because, as you said, it seems like we've gotten so much of this. You said it right there, protect the like man. That seems like Mandalorian and Grogu's relationship is him protecting this super powerful baby. Where you'd eventually like to see that at flipping a little bit or becoming more equivalent,
Yeah.
or at least more like a. Which I would love. I would love to see that. I would kind of be pushing for a time jump just because I don't think. I don't think we'll ever be with the characters long enough to see him develop into a teenager unless they just skip a few years to get us there.
Yeah. Well, see, if Din Djarin is the same age as Pedro Pascal, he's like 50, we'll say. The time jump has to be pretty significant for him to be more than what he is now. And so at that point, he's what, like 80? An 80-year-old Mandalorian is not going to still be like, in the armor and fighting and stuff, Actually, I don't know. Do Mandalorians live longer? I don't know.
Think so? I'm not sure though.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. If you do a time jump, everybody else ages too. And then also at some point the events of Force Awakens has to happen. Like they're only 30 years out from that, something like that. Anyway, it's just any time jump is just going to screw with things. But I want to see it. So if they can pull it off plausibly, I'm in. But I don't know how they will. They've kind of written themselves into a hole, so I don't know.
Yep. Overall, would you guys
And-
say? Are you a Trent?
I'll just say something really quickly because that just made me think of, so right quick, do you guys care what spoilers for Bad Batch?
No.
No.
Yeah. At the very end of that, Omega, which is the child that's with them from the start of the series, they do a time jump. At the very end of the show, we see, I think it's when like the actually I'm not sure specifically, but it's when the rebels are at large, and by that I mean like people know that they exist. She goes, leaves them, and joins rebels, and that would be like she was alive right when the Clone Wars started. Was the end of the Clone Wars probably, and then so that was a time jump there type thing. As she was a teenage, maybe older than a teenager. She looked completely different. That's how they did that. And I'm assuming they do that, so now they can just kind of plop her in a different series, and then there she is, and then they can run with that. And for the series, I thought it worked. Like they told a story about her in the Bad Batch that was completed, and then gave us her so many years in the future after we had that finished story beforehand. So hopefully they could do something like that with Grogu. Need some sort of payoff for that time jump, I think, and then it would actually work. And this example was to show that they've done it in the past, so maybe they do something like that again. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, like you said,
You were
it
saying,
needs to
Luke?
have a good payoff, and then I'm in. If there's a good payoff,
Yeah.
all my worries are gone. But I don't know. Not to rag on it too much, but I don't have a whole lot of hope that they'll pull it off. But if they do, I'll be happy.
Beyond that, my question to end this little baby talk with this is: Are either of you excited for this movie, outside of it being Star Wars?
I think I'm the same as Evan, maybe. That I think I'm more worried about it, if anything. And maybe I'm not the same as you, Evan, because I don't think necessarily it's gonna be bad. It was Favreau's directing. There's good people behind it. Pascal does good movies for some reason. Like he's a pretty good actor. I don't know. They got a lot of good things going for it. I'm just so scared that they are gonna fumble it because of season three, probably. The dip of quality from season two and season three was terrible. So it's probably just of kind of like what's it called when it's like most recent bias or whatever. Um,
Recency
there's a
bias?
word for that, but I think that's what I'm going off of. Recency bias, is that
Yeah.
what it's called?
Pretty well verbatim what you said.
I was right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but let's hope it's good.
Yeah. I think I'm excited mostly for the fact that we are getting a Star Wars movie in theaters again.
Good point.
The fact we haven't had one it'll be 7 years from when this is going to release. That's pretty wild for a Disney IP.
7 years from the last Star Wars thing?
Yeah, 2019 was
No way. What was the last Star Wars thing?
Rise of Skywalker.
Really? Was it the last one?
That's the last one in theaters, yeah. It's weird for a Disney IP to just kind of sit
That's
on
crazy.
a major release for 7 years. Imagine if they did that with Marvel.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
after Endgame, they haven't released anything until next year. They would not do that with Marvel. It's weird that they're doing it with Star Wars, but I'd rather they take their time. It's just interesting that this is the one that they choose to be like, let's go to theater release on this one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they've really been pumping stuff into the shows and stuff. That is weird. 7 years seems so long. But you're right. That's crazy.
What about you, Luca? Would you say you're excited for it, or?
With Evan, saying the only reason I'd be excited for it is because new Star Wars content in the theaters. This concept I don't have a lot of faith in because I just feel like they've really done a lot with Mando and Grogu that I've already seen. Like, what else can they show me on screen that we haven't gotten in the show? And why does it need to be a movie outside of it being in the show? So I'm gonna watch it if it comes out. And as you said, Trent, like Jon Favreau is my boy, so who knows? But there were other Star Wars concepts I would have rather seen on the screen before this one.
I totally agree. So yeah, you May 22nd, 2026. You may suck, but we'll be there. Right. Next one we can talk about is boom, 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 boom. We'll talk about Ahsoka season 2. So it's been announced. I think it was announced a while ago or just rumored, but now it's official. Ahsoka season 2 is happening. I'll just list off a few things right quick. Remind me though, did either of you watch it? Evan, you didn't watch it because you were annoying and reluctant to. Luke, did you watch it?
No.
I,
Ahsoka season 2 is
Okay,
out yet,
cool.
Trent.
I
How can
saw
watch
the
it?
first 4 episodes, dude. It wasn't because I was annoying and wouldn't watch it. It's because I tried it and was like, this is not good.
I saw the first
Yeah,
2
that fifth
episodes also,
episode?
actually, while we were talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. Also not good, right?
I'm with
You wouldn't watch
Evan.
the
I
fifth
also stopped
episode.
watching.
Yeah.
You have to watch the 5th episode. 5th episode.
No.
The
I
series
hate
sucks.
people. No. You can't. I hate when people are like, it gets good when you get to the 13th episode.
I'm not saying that though. I'm saying watch the 5th season and watch 5th episode and watch nothing else.
You're
Because all the
saying
episodes
that Evan stopped at the very wrong time.
Yes, and that's
That
exactly
the 4
what I'm saying.
episodes are bad, but the 5th one saves it.
Not saves it. It's just good.
Okay, I respect that.
Okay.
Anyway, Ahsoka season 2. First look at Rory McCann as Balin Skull. So that's who Ray Stevenson played, but he unfortunately passed away. And Rory McCann, the only thing I know him from is he's the Mountain in Game of Thrones.
Really?
One of the really
It's
big
crazy.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Kills
So he's
Oberyn.
gonna be, and they showed some pictures too, and I thought we'll talk about that in a second. Actually, we talk about that now if you want. The pictures looked really good. Even the pictures, like Ray Stevenson, he kind of carried like an aura with him in the series, and I think that aura is still coming across with him. At least going off the pictures again. It really sucks that Ray Stevenson, because he was probably one of the few good things about season one, Ahsoka. So I'm hoping that Rory McCann can do just as good. On interviews, he said that he's like there to respect what Ray Stevenson did before him. So I think they're handling it really well, which is great. Um, and yeah, if you guys want to look up, I should have a picture maybe, but if you want to look up a picture, or I can look it up and show you on the TV if you guys want, or this video. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I guess you guys didn't see the original guy, so I guess there's nothing really to it. I'll just show a picture and you'll talk about that.
Well, I just looked them up.
Yeah,
He's,
no, I've seen the photos of them. Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty
Blackbeard
comparable.
in Pirates.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is he? No, he's not.
Yeah,
In Pirates 5?
4.
I think so. 4. You fake fan.
That's what I meant to say, sorry.
I believe so.
I think he is.
I think he is.
No, he's not. No, he's literally not.
Well, who is he then?
Yeah,
when I looked him up, a picture of Pirates of the Caribbean came up under him. He must be in something Pirates related.
I don't know the name, but I'm telling you right now, he's not. I'm trying to find it now.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, he's not credited. Never
That's
mind.
that other guy who's in other stuff.
Yeah, that other guy.
That's awkward. I'm just spreading misinformation.
Ian McShane. Yeah. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, Ian McShane. Edward Teach.
Yes,
yeah. Ian
yes,
McShane
that's
is the
right,
guy.
Ian McShane.
The guy who's in Continental. He's in
Yes.
he's in John Wick and stuff.
Yeah.
The black guy? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Was Ray
What?
Stevenson in Book of Eli? It's saying here he was.
Yeah, he was the
Yeah,
one who got the really dramatic
he was
death.
he was serious.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah.
Wow. He's got a range from being good to bad, that's for sure.
It's crazy. The more I think about it, the more I want to defend that movie.
Book of Eli.
You
slander
liked
as
his
well.
role in that
Anyway,
movie? That's wild, dude.
No, defend the movie as a whole. So what do you guys?
Okay.
Do you guys look at the pictures now? What do you guys think of the pictures? Does he look cool?
I think it's wild that you aura checked from the pictures. These
If you saw
photos
this
bring
first
such
season,
aura.
you know what I'm trying to talk about.
Yes. No, I've seen enough of him in the first 4 episodes to know that this guy's going to be just as good. Like, I don't know. He was kind of a nothing villain anyway, so I like the guy. I like Bryce Stevenson, but I'm not too worried about, like, you're not replacing Darth Vader here. You know, you're not replacing Anakin. He's cool, but it's not a huge deal to me.
If they want some swagger, they should get Idris Elba to be the villain.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. I'd
Or
watch just
Denzel.
for Idris Elba. Or Denzel, yeah. We need another black villain in Star Wars.
Okay.
I'm just saying the
yeah,
Mandalorian's villain
inconsistent.
is peak. That's a good villain right
Yeah,
there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Moff Gideon is sick.
Movie's
Juan
peak, but
Carlo
he's okay.
Esposito? Nah, I mean, he's no Darth Vader for sure. But
Well,
you know,
no,
who's Darth
nobody's Darth Vader, but
Vader. Exactly, yeah. What are you going to say, Trent? Sorry?
Vader, no Darth Maul, no Palpatine, but you know, he's up there.
Palpatine kind of fell off in the new
yeah,
movie.
just keep going. Hayden Christensen.
Palpatine fell off a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You could say what is his name? Grand Moff? No, he's not Moff. Grand Gideon. What's his name?
yeah, Moff Gideon.
In the Mando series.
Yeah.
Gideon. Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's not great in season 3, but
Wow. That's
Hayden
just
Christensen is
season 3.
confirmed for Ahsoka, which he's in the first season, and that was a surprise. So I wish they kind of kept this for a surprise too, but that's fine. They
No
say that
spoilers
there's going to
there,
be
by the way,
lots
yeah.
more from the Rebels characters. That's fine. Lots more from the Rebels characters in this season, which we got some in the first season, but I guess we'll just get more. One interesting part, though, that I'll hopefully you guys can talk on is there's going to be more Admiral Akbar. He'll have a bigger part in it because basically they're gonna put him directly against Grand Admiral Thrawn. So I think that's kind of cool, like two war generals kind of going head to head maybe.
Interesting.
Alongside that, they also talked about how there's gonna be. They made the joke. It's like in Star Wars, we're gonna have an actual war, so there's gonna be a really big war at some point. Which, give me that. I feel like we haven't had like a full-fledged just war battle on in a Star Wars in forever. Um, and
Since
then
like
the last thing I
Geonosis,
wanted to
dude.
bring up is there's gonna be more Mortis stuff. So like the
Oh,
Mortis arc in Clone Wars. Uh, season 1 at the end, you see a statue with the father, the son, and the daughter. The daughter is like half destroyed though. And so apparently they're going to go more into that in season 2. And it was really interesting because Filoni was talking about it and he was saying how like we, as in the people working on Ahsoka season 2, they don't know what George was going with the Mortis family. So that he was like, so we're not really sure what we're doing with it yet, but we're going to explore it more in season 2 because there's nothing to go off of, I guess.
wow. Okay, real
Yeah,
quick.
thoughts on those last few
Yeah.
things I talked about?
Uh, saying we have no idea what we're doing, but we're gonna figure it out as we go. We just want to like that's wild, dude. Come on.
I think I added that part. They didn't come off like that. They just made it a note to say that like when that was first introduced by George, he never said like where he was going with that.
Okay.
Then now they're now giving it a way to go. I think
Okay.
is what I
They
think.
have
I
their own
shouldn't put it like
direction that
that,
they're
but yeah.
taking it. They're not just like, oh yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. It's okay. All right, cool. Never mind.
You need to be careful though, because I always thought that whole arc and idea is really interesting, but I think it needs to be handled very carefully. And I don't think Ahsoka season 2 should be the place. I would rather it have gotten its own thing. But who am I to judge Ahsoka season 2 after the first season? You know, new season, new show. Everyone knows that's the classic saying.
The only thing I'll say though is in we do see more stuff, very small, but more stuff with the Mortis family in Rebels, and a lot of the Rebels characters are in Ahsoka, so I think that's why it's getting more time in a series like this. Um, but I'm also in agreement though. Like I feel like that could be its own thing. I hate that it's called Ahsoka. It should be called something else because what we got in the first season, what wasn't good Ahsoka stuff. If anything, it was good other stuff. So make it something else, because then we could explore the Mortis stuff and whatnot.
I was gonna
I
say
I think it's weird. The rebels are like. Oh, sorry, Evan, you can go.
no, you.
You say the rebels as I don't know. I wonder how well the popular the rebels works. I feel like the rebels as characters invaded a lot of different Star Wars things. Like since the show, which wasn't received as well as Clone Wars, they've been in a lot of things. You know, like I feel like they're popping up a lot now, which is interesting.
I was gonna
So
say I would kind of think that Mortis is something that's I haven't seen Rebels, so I don't know how well they do in that. Mortis is kind of one of those things where it's better left like untouched, where everyone kind of has their own like opinion and what it means and interpretation. So I don't know what they do in Rebels, but I kind of to me Mortis is like this surreal, strange place, and I'm kind of happy just leaving it as that. I don't need it to be over explained to me. So I'm a little worried that they might. I don't know. Every Star Wars project, I'm worried that they're gonna ruin something, but most of the time they do okay. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe if I rewatch Ahsoka and like it, then I'll watch season 2.
You should watch the
And I
good
definitely
parts
agree
of
with you,
Rebels.
Evan.
Yeah,
I can give you guys the good parts of Rebels.
give me the good
I'll
parts of
give you
Rebels. I'll watch it. Give me
I've
the,
watched the good parts of Rebels. I quite like them. All the Kanan stuff,
so good. Have you watched all of it, Luke?
all the good stuff. I don't watch. I would not have poured. I looked up a guide. I'm not watching through. Some of Rebels is really bad. Like I watched season 1 and I couldn't. I
Could
couldn't fully
not get.
commit to the whole show after
Yeah.
season 1. But I obviously watched all the Darth Maul stuff, all the Kanan stuff,
Did you
all the
watch the
Darth Vader
Mortis
stuff.
then towards the end? Do
No,
you
no,
remember?
no. That part I do not remember. I skimmed it if I did. Did you watch the Kanan? Did you watch the Mortis stuff?
Yeah, I did. It explored more of the world between worlds thing, because basically he finds like a shrine with the father, son, and daughter. Ezra finds it, and then he's able to think it's actually the Empire. They're doing like a dig site, and they have like a scientist there, and they're trying to figure out how to use it. And then Ezra uses the Force or something, and then is able to go in. And that's how he saves. Actually, I shouldn't say that because you're gonna watch it later, Evan. But anyway, he does something in the world between worlds, and then yeah, it goes from there. So it wasn't like a huge thing. It was just some side thing with the family, but. Well, it could be cool. I'm hoping it's good. What do you guys think about the Thrawn versus Admiral Akbar? I think that sounds kind of sick, and I hope they do it really well.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I don't know anything about Thrawn. He's not been on my radar at all because everything he's been in, I haven't watched. But I do want to see like a big space battle. We haven't gotten a good one since I'll say it, Revenge of the Sith. So I'm craving something like that. So that sounds good. I'm into that.
Yeah, I just wish it wasn't Admiral Akbar. I'm with Evan. I feel like Star Wars characters are just reused so many different times now, and Admiral Akbar does not need to be in this, I think. They could have picked a random Rebels general. Like, why does it have to be Admiral Akbar? Like, clearly
You're crazy. You're insane. You're insane. He got so misused in Episode 9, and now you're saying he shouldn't get his time in Ahsoka Season 2.
Well, I don't think he should have been Episode 9 either. He should have only been in
Basically
Episode
wasn't.
8.
That's crazy.
No,
That's absolutely crazy.
No, my bad. 6. Episode 6. I don't need every character to have a thing with them, okay? And Akbar, I feel like Akbar had a cool spot of being the It's a Trap guy. We don't need the It's a Trap guy to now be like, okay, even from a Star Wars lore perspective, let me throw it down. I read the comics. Thrawn is like the military genius. Akbar is nowhere in the same tier. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're expecting him to go. He'd crush Akbar, you know? Yeah, whatever. What the heck?
It's not in Legends, but yeah, you're talking.
No.
You're not
There are
Akbar
canon.
enough.
There
You're
are
gonna credit
canon
him
comics.
more.
There are canon
He's like
comics. There are canon comics.
the lead general of the Rebels.
Oh, is he?
Which
he does
ones?
a bang up job, dude. He does a bang up job. Without Luke, he would get blown up by the Death Star. Okay. Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. And also, they're not canon. If you're talking
Without
about
Luke, he'd been
comics, I
blown
think
up by
you're
the
talking
Death
about-
Star 2 times over. He would have lost the war double times over. If it wasn't for a Force Jedi. Oh my gosh, he sucks, bro.
That's crazy. No, give
Quite
Akbar
sounding.
some screen time. Give the justice he deserves. He's literally one of like the leaders of the rebels as a whole. Like he's much bigger of a character than you give him credit for.
Why do we need? I don't think we just need this many things of this many people. I don't think he needs to be in this show.
I think it'll be awesome.
I'm actually with Trent on this one. I'm gonna say Akbar's not one of those characters where it's like, oh, he's in this now. I'm fine. He is like a lead rebel. I'm fine if he wants to go head to head with Thrawn. That's cool.
Nah,
I like it.
That's just some unneeded fan service right there.
Probably.
Yeah, it literally is.
service.
It literally is fan service.
Yeah.
For those two people who are like, oh, Admiral Akbar's my favorite character, dude.
You
Everyone's
guys are
calling
clearly
for
those
it.
two people. Alright, what's the next news? Trent?
And yeah, that's
What's
all
up?
I'm going to Ahsoka season 2. So hopefully that's pretty good.
I can't wait to watch for Admiral Akbar.
Same. I'm pretty looking forward to it. I'm glad you're looking forward to it with me. Luke, we'll probably watch it together maybe.
Yeah, after I finish, all of Andor.
Yes.
Yeah, which segue, baby. Andor got some panels, and this first 3 episodes are out. Watched episode 1. I haven't watched the rest of them yet, but episode 1 was cool.
You
I'll
said
just
cool
kinda
like it
mention
was
a few
Tom
things
Man.
that. It's the first episode. Like nothing crazy happened, is what I'd say. But it's just the first episode, so they have to like build up some stuff. But anyway, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to talk about it specifically. Some of the panel stuff that I thought was interesting. Denise Goof and Kyle
That's a silly
Solar, which is Dedra and what's the guy's name? Krill? Not Krill.
Cyril, Karn.
Cyril, thank you. They
Evan
were
told
talking.
that
They had
way
a
better
panel
than you,
that they were
Trent. Those
talking
aren't
with each
close at
other.
all.
It was kind of close.
On?
Get off. Whatever. No, that was close. They both described season 2, and it wasn't just them; it was other people too, as being very dark. They kind of kept on saying that how dark and sad it is, which will be interesting. I thought the first season was kind of like they had some dark tones, so I'm hoping not the whole thing is just a bunch of sadness. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up was Diego Luna, Andor, said that we will all see Rogue One as a different film now, which I love the sound of that. I think yeah, I think that'll be really awesome to kind of to watch that movie after these two seasons. I definitely think it'll have a huge effect on that movie. So yeah, what are you guys thinking of Andor? What are those things I said? Are you guys excited for it?
What if he was saying that this next season would retrospectively make it worse, and so it will definitely change it in the sense that it's going to
Oh,
ruin
no, you guys are gonna
Ruined
hate
my
that movie now.
favorite
it.
movie.
Because I've liked it before, but now, oh my yes, you're going to wish we never made Rogue One. So you can go, Evan. I didn't have anything serious to say.
I don't know. We've already said Rogue One's my favorite Star Wars movie, so the fact that he's saying that I'm gonna get to rewatch that with like new eyes, new perspective, I like that. I'm into that. Andor season 1 was incredible television, not just for Star Wars, but like television in general. Uh, and this one is also kind of revolutionizing and redefining what television can be this new season. I'm in. I'm all in on Tony Gilroy and Diego Luna. Whatever they're doing, they're cooking. I'm in.
Yeah, what do you think about them saying how dark it is, Evan? Do you want that? Do you want it to some extent?
Like, we're introduced to Cassian in Rogue One with him literally shooting an informant just to keep like things tidy and neat and stuff. They already went pretty dark. Like he's killing his own guy, his own rat. Like that's pretty dark, I would say. So I don't know how much darker they can go. Um, that like it'll all still feel in character. You know, it won't feel like whoa that was dark. It will all be like this makes sense for who he is and all that kind of stuff. I'm curious to see what dark means for Star Wars, but I like it. I like it. I think Star Wars should exist for all forms, for kids, for dark, for adults, whatever. So we'll see how dark they actually go.
All forms is a
You're really good.
risky thing. Say.
You do have a really good point, Evan, right quick. That like that's probably what it is. It's probably the build up of to that dark moment of Andor that we see at the beginning of that movie. You could argue is kind of taken back by the end of that movie, of course. That's probably exactly what it is. It's just that build up to him being this mindless killer that could kill, like you said, his own informant. So what he does to get up to that point will be interesting. That's a really good point. That's probably what they're kind of talking about. So, one last thing I wanted to ask both of you. This is just came up with other people kind of talking about Andor. That they feel like it's not Star Wars enough. Their argument is, and for you, Luke, there's no Jedi, there's no Force. The only thing that we see that's kind of Star Wars related, you haven't seen the show because you're a frog. The only Star Wars stuff in there is like the build up of the rebels, and then we also see the inner workings of the like Imperials and how they work and stuff. And that's kind of like the big buzzwords that's in there that's Star Wars related. Um, Besides that, like I said, no Force, no Jedi, nothing like that. So people say like it's not Star Wars enough. It should include more stuff like that. I don't agree with that. I think Star Wars can take different forms. It's very political, and Star Wars has always had bits of politicalness in them. So if you want to say Star Wars, well, that's a framework of Star Wars. Would be what I would say to that. But what do you guys think about that idea of something isn't Star Wars enough to be in the world?
You can take this one, Luke.
Okay, for it, because I know I'm probably the one who's gonna go against you guys.
Yeah, you are.
You want to have it? So, I think the Force or Jedi makes something Star Wars. Firstly, I don't agree with that for Andor as it is. I did say I think we talked about a few episodes ago the thing that George Lucas was gonna make like a really hyper dark Star Wars project that got denied, and I said in that episode that I feel like Star Wars can't get too dark, and then to me it would cease to be Star Wars. That'd be my only thing with Rebels too. Like I think there is an element where Star Wars has a very lighthearted tone, and I think you can go darker, like you can with Andor. Like to me, from what I hear about Andor, it's still Star Wars, but I think there is a certain darkness you could reach where I'd say to me it would not feel like Star Wars enough anymore. More so just as like a theme and tonally, not like I think the components it has now are fine enough to be Star Wars. Like, you don't need Jedi, you don't need to have the Force to be Star Wars to me. It would just be a matter of the tone of how the thing would feel. I'd be worried if they took it to an even darker and darker and darker place. As you said, Trent, it became more dark, dark, dark. To me, at some point, it would cease feeling like a Star Wars property. But that's just how I'd feel about it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if it went like insanely dark, maybe it wouldn't feel so much like Star Wars, just because we base a lot of it on A New Hope, the original. That has a very distinct and certain feeling. So if they go way too dark, and like differentiate from that, it wouldn't feel like Star Wars anymore. But the point that like just because there's no Jedi or Force or anything, that's stupid. Some of the best episodes of the Clone Wars don't have any Jedi, doesn't have anything to do with the Force. Like, so it really is just they don't like the show. If they're complaining that it's not Star Warsy enough, they don't like how political and I don't know, adult, I'll say, Andor is. That's all it is. It's just Star Wars for adults. You can enjoy the other stuff too. I'm not saying as an adult you can't enjoy anything like that, but this one, you wouldn't show this to your kids. They're not going to care. You can show most Star Wars to your kids. You can't show Andor. So maybe that's why they're saying it's not. But it's just it's semantics, really.
I haven't seen Andor yet. One other thing I'd like to say too, though, if they don't mention Jedi at all in Andor, I think that would be a little bit non-Star Warsy of it. I mean, like, Vader's still a thing at this time, and like to think that the concept of superpowered Force beings wouldn't even be talked about as a myth at all in that show, to me would seem disingenuous to the Jedi as things and beings, and the Force as a thing. So if there's no mention of the Force at all in the show, or if it's almost never talked about, I think there could be a fair argument that it's not Star Wars enough, but I haven't seen it. Like, do they not mention it at all? Is it like shirked to the side completely?
I think without like looking it up, I'd say yes. We never
Okay.
see any Jedi. We never seen the use of Force. Does anyone make a one-off comment about the Force? Maybe, but I don't think so. um,
Like, you don't have to see a Jedi, but to not talk at all, like the Force and like that Vader isn't a threat to the Rebels, would seem like something that should be in the show.
The Rebels aren't even
yeah,
like
and
really
I was
on their
thinking
radar
about
yet. So Vader is like not even a factor. They're way too small at this point. It's supposed to feel really small and like they are insignificant at this point. So they don't really want to bring in Vader to deal with like two people, you know?
Even if they don't talk about him, like, I feel like he should be mentioned once. Like, I feel like he should be mentioned more in the show than it sounds like he is being. He still would be like he's executing the Emperor's orders. He was seen by people killing other people. Like, he's not an invisible. People know about Vader in this universe at this point in time. Even if the Rebels are small and they're not bringing Vader on themselves at all, it would be weird to me to not have him mentioned at all in the show as a significant obstacle to what they're doing at any point.
Well, he's such a non-factor for them because everything they're doing, Vader wouldn't get called in for. Like they're not doing.
But they must be
anything.
growing fast, because
Yeah.
this bleeds into Rogue One, where they're obviously doing something that would directly bring Vader's attention.
not yet. I would definitely say not yet though,
Oh,
Luke.
yeah.
Like they're not even as they're not even as big small as you're thinking. Like they're still very much just in like the foundational stage.
Yeah, they're talking
I
about
still do feel like-
risking 40 people's lives, and like, is it worth these 40 people's lives? They're not on a scale.
Okay, that is
at all.
extremely small.
That's
40 is
they're
quite small.
minuscule right now, dude.
I still do believe though the Force should be mentioned a little bit. Not even if it not isn't to be focused on. You have to have a Jedi in the show, but the Force is very prevalent in the Star Wars universe. I mean, even in, again, I'll take Rogue One as an example. There are temples to the Force of people working in them, like the blind guy, that are probably all around the universe. To not have that at all in the show would seem kind of weird to me. But that doesn't mean it can't feel like Star Wars. That's not Star Warsy, but that's just something that I think I'd have to watch it for sure. But
And I would like I do when I saw that this was something that people were talking about, like I do understand kind of if you take out those buzzwords, so if we take out like the Imperials and the Rebels and it's just two different groups of people fighting each other, like you take out those two factors and like other buzzwords, of course, like it is just a random sci-fi movie. Like I would admit that there is another big Star Wars, other than those big themes, and I think you touched on one important one, Evan, is that there is a huge hope aspect to it. Rebels or they feel like they can stand against the big villain, which is a Star Wars theme, but it's not. It's a Star Wars theme, right?
Mhm.
So maybe it does become just a generic sci-fi at that point. And is that a problem? I don't know. But again, that's taking out those buzzwords. That's taking out the visuals. That's taking out stuff like that, which is what it is. So yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, I don't think it's a problem either way. Like, you know, not in terms of like those things.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah. Are you gonna try to watch Andor, you think, Luke, or are you just gonna not bother
Yeah,
yet?
people keep telling me it's good. My brother also came to me and said I should watch it today. So
Let's
I was like,
go.
yeah, maybe I should eventually. I don't know.
Screw
It's just-
our
yeah,
opinion.
I have trouble
Your
watching the
brother's
show.
is the one
So.
that matters.
That's fair. It's a great time though. You get to watch Andor season 2 too. So another movie that was released, released but discussed. Star Wars Starfighter. Well, this movie is starring Ryan Gosling. It's gonna be directed. Gonna be directed by.
Sorry, keep going.
That's
Okay.
an instant laugh. It's
I
gonna be
love
directed
Ryan
by
Gosling,
Sean.
by the way. He's one of my favorite actors, but keep going.
Oh, the instant sellout. And Sean Levy is gonna be directing it. It's gonna be a bunch of new characters and takes place 5 years after Episode 9. So they really kept on hammering the point of that it's new characters and new story. Like it doesn't seem to have many connections to characters and the Skywalkers or whatever you want to say that's before it. Um, the release date is May 28th, 2027. So it is like 2 years away. Sean talked about how there is a nervousness to taking on something like this. So both him and Ryan were saying how like they know it's a huge franchise and they know how much responsibility is there. And I'm sure they even looked at the sequel series and been like, oh, the backlash to that. So they know how much weight is with taking on a project like this and getting it right. He said a few times like they really want to try to get it right. And then another point I had is so there were games called Starfighter, really old games. Apparently, like there's nothing going to be pulled from those into the movie. It's a very like standalone thing. Yeah, that's all the points I had. I think I think I'm excited, but my first thing I wanted to bring up is that Ryan Gosling's in it. So what does that mean? Like, is it going to be more of a comedy drama movie? Like, that's what I'm kind of wondering. Just with having him there, like I can't picture him. He's apparently might be like a pilot type thing. We can assume, but I just don't know. I don't know what that looks like. Yeah, other than that, I'm excited.
He's absolutely sauceless, dude. If you look at the fight choreography,
That's a crazy word.
bro has absolutely zero skill behind major fight sequences.
Oh my gosh, we're just raking Sean right now.
Dude, no, I have like, I'm sure he's a nice guy. Zero respect for any of his work, dude. Like I have no reverence to it. I'm worried about this. I don't know if we're gonna get Barbie Ryan Gosling or Blade Runner Gosling. I don't know which one I would prefer in a Sean Levy movie.
It's weird, right? To see Ryan Reynolds in that or Ryan Gosling, it's weird.
Dude, is he just gonna be Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling? Hello.
Zach, thoughts and opinions. Zach, thoughts and opinions. Ryan Gosling in a Star Wars movie. Go.
I'm processing. I think he could do it because it'd be like Blade Runner.
Oh, that's what Evan kind of said. Crazy, you just jumped in halfway through. I respect that though.
I was like, either they're gonna be mad or they're gonna think it's funny.
No, I respect it. Yeah, you're literally.
I was ready for it. The whole time I was waiting.
We should edit into the start that we have a special guest joining around the whatever minute mark this is. That's just that.
Yeah. So
just to catch you up to speed, Zach, we're just talking about a new movie that's been announced. It's called Star Wars Starfighter. It has Ryan Gosling in it, and then the director is Sean Levy. He did the newest Deadpool along with other stuff. And the only thing we know is that Ryan Gosling's probably going to be a pilot, but that's even rumors in itself. So yeah, continue Evan / Luke. I don't know which way we were.
I don't know. I was just ragging on Sean Levy. I really have nothing else to say, dude.
Yeah, Zach, Sean Levy directed Uncharted.
Okay, I like Real Steel.
I still haven't seen that. I need to watch that.
Real Steel's good.
Uncharted?
Yeah, my problem with Uncharted is they tried to do all 4 games in one movie.
It wasn't that good. It wasn't that bad. It was weird.
How do you put 4 like 10-hour games into one movie? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. It doesn't sound possible.
Unsuccessfully. They do it unsuccessfully.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of hope in this. Ryan Gosling. I love Ryan Gosling. I don't know why I laughed immediately when you said his name is attached to this. I feel like he doesn't fit Star Wars to me. I can't picture him in a Star Wars. He does not give off Star Wars vibes. That being said, he's a phenomenal actor, and he did play in Blade Runner, which can be similar to Star Wars, and he played in Barbie, which if he was goofy enough would fit a Sean Livingston movie. So
Barbie is just like Star Wars.
I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'd watch it. I'd watch it just for Ryan Gosling and
Yeah.
Star Wars together.
Yeah, I want to know what tone they go, and
I was gonna
I'll
say it
watch
depends. If he's like doing like a Han Solo or like a Lando kind of vibe, I think he pulls it off. If he's trying to be like Luke or something, I don't think he has it.
What if he's the Ryan Gosling from The Nice Guys?
I need to watch that movie.
You do.
Yeah.
Also, Sean Levy did not direct Uncharted, by the way. I don't know if
Are you
he's
sure?
a producer or something, but yeah, I
It's
just
like-
looked it up.
It's one of the movies directed by him when
Ruben-
it comes out.
Ruben Fleischer.
Oh yeah, he did like Zombieland, and
Wow, I've been spreading tons of misinformation on this pod.
Evan's just
I
No,
never
I didn't
I
fact
never
check him.
said he directed Uncharted, dude. That was all you.
Well, I looked up
Spread misinformation.
I looked up movies by Sean Levy, and it's on the list of movies here.
Dude, so
I didn't
Google
do
is
any
spreading
further
this
research.
information.
If I didn't care enough to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Someone
here.
is lying to me.
He did. Wait, I found a different list. He did Free Guy, I think.
Yes, he did do Free
Did
Guy.
do Free Guy, yes.
Okay, here we go. He did Free Guy. He did do Deadpool and Wolverine. He did The Boogeyman, and he did The Nightmare at the Museums. He did The Adam Project, which is what Trent was talking about.
Did you say
That
Nightmare
is
at the
perfect.
Museums? Nightmare at
I
the
mean, sorry,
Museum, that's gonna
the
be like
night-
when it becomes public domain and then someone makes like a horror movie
A
out
horror
of,
movie
out
of
of Night at
Night.
the Museum, but it's Nightmare at the Museum.
He's attached. I don't know, dude. He's attached to The Arrival on this, but I know he didn't direct The Arrival. What the frick?
The Denis movie?
How is he just a?
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
He
he's
just get his name on things.
I don't know. He's a magician. Anyway, what's the next piece of news, Trent? Unless you guys want to talk more about Ryan
Yeah,
Gosling.
no.
so, well, I do want to bring up, did anyone see the Adam Project? Did anyone watch that Netflix original?
No, I hate Netflix originals.
No, I don't really watch
I've been-
Netflix originals.
Did you watch it, Evan?
no.
I thought you did. Okay.
No.
Anyway, it's
I
very
don't
Star Wars
understand.
esque. There's even like a bat that's like a lightsaber, so it's very, very like
Interesting.
Star Warsy. So I only have a few more announcements to discuss. One thing I wanted to talk about right quick is that Kathleen Kennedy talked about other movies after they talked about Starfighter that are still in talks. Some of them I'm very surprised about because we haven't heard anything from them for a very long time, and I'm just gonna list them off right quick. So Kennedy also made a quick reference to the other films still in development. James Mangold's Tale of the First Human to Access the Force is still going to be made. Charmin Obaid Chinoy. I looked up her name earlier. I think I'm butchering it.
I
With
believe
Daisy
you might be.
Ridley. With Daisy Ridley returning as Rey is still in the works. Interesting though, because a
Okay.
while ago we heard that movie was going to be maybe the first movie that was going to be released. I didn't hear anything about that movie in Celebration.
No.
So that's kind of interesting. Taika Waititi's long gestated project, apparently still in the works. He's been on it, and then he said that he's too busy to do it, which is something insane to say for Star Wars. But apparently that's still being in the works. Filoni's
Imagine being
future
busy
debut.
for Star Wars.
It's insane. It just tells you
I don't
the
want
where Star Wars
millions
is
of
now.
dollars. Yeah, really.
It's
though.
it's so far down from its throne. It's so sad. Filoni's feature debut, which I'm hyped for. I hope it's just whatever he wants to do because I think he could do a really good movie. And then Simon Kinberg's film trilogy. All that is still happening apparently. We just don't know anything about it. So
That seems like a
especially that Taika Waititi one. You say that again, Luke?
Seems like a lie. I don't believe all those things are happening. I don't believe they have the.
No, half
the
of them are
action
gonna get
plans.
I
canceled.
think they're
for sure.
happening, but I don't think
Yeah.
we'll get all of them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Some things are gonna get scrapped.
I have no faith in the Taika Waititi thing. That's why.
None, dude.
Well, but Me neither, but for her to be on stage and say it in a setting like that, like usually when we hear that it's not happening, it's usually like down the grapevine or like a rumor
Yeah.
or someone's. This is officially her
Yeah,
saying
but
it
no
during
release date. Like I think they're
celebration.
just saying that to get
So
hype. I think they're all.
Yeah.
I think they said it like without any real
Now we won't
substance
get.
behind it.
yeah, yeah, that's all they said. But I'm still thinking like it's a big enough thing for them to announce it at that I think
Yeah,
I don't know, it could still be something, but
yeah.
easy for
Disney
them to
needs a
even
win
talk about it.
first, so they'll see what happens.
Yeah, the no Ray stuff. Yeah, I swear when the first was announced, they were saying that it was gonna be the first movie back in theaters, but nothing as of now. So I wonder if that's the backlash that it might have got when it was first announced. Maybe they wanted to push it off a bit, but
Yeah, maybe I can see that.
cool. And then I have two last things. One of them's very small. This one's super exciting. So I think this is the most exciting announcement from the whole thing.
Oh,
New animated series. It's called Maul Shadow Lord. So it's a animated series all about Maul. It's going to be coming out sometime in 2026. And Whitwer is going to be coming back as the voice for Maul. We also heard from one of the producers, Athena Philo, is yeah, she was just a producer. She was just talking about stuff too and talking about how exciting the project was. It's going to be taking place 1 year after Clone Wars, so 1 year after season 7. There was a trailer shown, which of course we don't have access to the trailer, but from what people have said about it, there's a Twilight girl that Maul might be taking as a Padawan. Um, in a different thing now, but so in George Lucas's original treatment for the sequels, his whole idea was to bring Darth Maul back with an apprentice, which was a Twilight girl, and she was called Darth Talon in the. I think it was just Legends that we got that name from. So it seems like they might be bringing in that idea that again George Lucas originally had that idea, which would have been really really sick. And last thing I want to say is it was described as plotting to rebuild his criminal syndicate on a planet untouched by the Empire. So yeah, I'm very excited for this. They also talked about the animation style, how it's even better than season 7. Someone said that it's more like it looks more like a picture, like it's kind of painted or whatever. Anyway, I think it's gonna look beautiful because of that, and I'm very excited to see more Maul stuff. It's gonna take place during a really cool period for him. I am hyped.
I like that they got our boy coming back.
Yeah, super hyped.
I think
Yeah.
it'd be cool. I think it's just gonna be the same as Anakin and Ashoka or whatever, however you're supposed to pronounce it. It's gonna be the same thing, but they have red lightsabers instead. Ooh.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
no way you
Yeah.
didn't pronounce Ahsoka's name like Ahsoka. No way you purposely said Ahsoka. You're like the people that say whip instead of whip.
No, dude, that was I don't know. I'm naive to your. I'm just used to reading it in books.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Very
I just
studious.
read big word books. Just kidding. I call her snips like a normal person.
Yeah.
Hey, good pull. Good pull.
Based.
I think that sounds awesome. I love Darth Maul. He's awesome. He's clearly Trent's a fan because it's Trent's Discord figure is Darth Maul. I'm more
Yeah.
of a Savage oppressed man myself. No, I'm just kidding. I
I
love both of
actually
them,
don't
so.
like him because he's a bad guy, and I like good guys. So
It's misunderstood.
No, he's definitely not.
no, he's not. He's evil. He's got a red lightsaber. He's got a double red lightsaber. He's double
Double
evil.
evil.
No, it actually cancels itself out. It's like a double negative. It's
Oh
a
yeah,
positive.
yeah. Double
Oh,
Yeah. See, I just changed your perspective.
No, I love him actually. He's my best friend.
We okay, Evan, share your opinion. I have a side thought related to this, but you go first.
Yeah, so I've always been confused why, like, at some point he has a criminal syndicate. He does in Solo, but from the end of the Clone Wars to the start of Rebels, somehow he gains it and loses it. So I do want to know what happens there, you know? I feel like it makes no sense to just throw him in Solo. Oh yeah, I'm the leader of this. And then have absolutely zero explanation through his many appearances in other shows. So I'm excited just to fill in that gap.
They better.
It'll be kind of weird to see, because we see him getting it in Clone Wars, right? Then we see him lose it by the end of it. because he gets captured and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there was also another clip somewhere saying how the crime lords that he was controlling, how they benefited his downfall. So it'll be really interesting to see him regain the crime syndicate somehow. And what that will look like. I think that'll be really cool.
He gets the dark saber, right?
For a little bit,
Yeah. Does he still have it by this point?
I think
I was
he
gonna say,
think he
that'd
still
be like a
has
really
ownership
cool,
of it.
like Mandalorian tie-in kind of dark saber.
doesn't he lose it at the end of Clone Wars when he gets
He
captured?
does lose it, but I don't know when the show would be based on, like when specifically.
Okay,
But
guys,
I
really
think
lose
that could
it?
be cool.
Definitely did lose it in battle to Ahsoka, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
really quick thing related to this before we move on to the last thing. I'm gonna share my screen for this. Okay, can you guys accept this, please?
Please.
No.
Okay, guys, let's rank his legs. Which of Maul's legs are your favorite?
Oh, freak.
So,
Um,
do you guys see this right now?
yeah. Okay.
Let's start with his second
Those
robotic
are
legs.
B. Those are not great.
Are we all thinking B? Okay.
Wait,
I
just
would
a
go
sec.
C,
Which ones?
honestly.
Are those the Clone
Okay,
Wars ones?
let
that
me
he
go
gets,
through
like,
them,
for the
okay?
second time.
Yeah, second robot legs, spider legs. Don't remember what these ones are. His third one's the robot legs.
Those ones are crazy.
His
dude.
his solo legs, his rebels legs, and his Phantom, the first legs, his original legs.
Phantom Menace legs are A.
Yeah, Phantom Light. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Phantom
then
legs.
I kind of think these ones should be A too. Don't you guys think?
No.
At least.
No.
B.
Not compared to the other legs though. The other robot legs. Those are.
Oh, these
sick.
ones are S, right?
Those are S.
S tier,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, those
Yeah,
are
yeah,
S.
those things are my
I would
favorite.
always pick those legs in Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
It's a fake fan. Those aren't in Battlefront too.
Yes, they are. What are you talking about?
Those ones aren't. No.
Those
No,
are sick.
sometimes
They're not
they
in
think-
Battlefront?
No. The
No.
original
These
ones.
ones
Those ones right there are. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
lame. Put those even lower.
Is it
C.
those?
C.
Yeah, it's these ones.
C.
Oh my goodness. Never
I think these are
mind.
A tier. I'm not.
I think
these are A
you're
tier.
biased.
C.
What about the
I think
spider
they're A
legs?
tier too.
Spy legs are A.
I think spider legs are C or B. They're gross.
Nah,
dude.
dude,
I think
they're
they're
sick.
B.
Spider legs kind of suck.
Oh, what? No one's on the they're sick
Probably
train?
Barely worked
It's
too.
like-
I think three of them just kind of hung there.
I was gonna say the problem with those is they're like, well, these legs are sick. Let's just give them more. Just add more of them.
I don't like his big butt in those legs. You
Yeah.
remember how big his spider butt was? That
Yeah,
thing is
dude.
huge.
That's why I'm going
The
A
design
on
is
it.
sick. I don't know if we're going off of design, then maybe it is like an A or S tier, but
Well, that picture right there looks awesome.
Yeah.
These ones, sorry, doing A or B. then.
C.
I'm still saying A.
C.
I'm gonna say S.
No.
I'm gonna say S, so it meets an
D,
A.
What the
actually.
frig?
I'll have for them to be. The solo legs, these look kind of cool actually.
I
Yeah.
don't even remember those. I never watched Solo.
To be honest, we don't even see them really.
You're right, we'll
I'm
just put
fine with
these
like
A,
like
these
it's-
B.
No,
and
Rebels.
that's the- so we
Rebels
can go
is like
back.
D.
I think those two should be in C. The two you just put up, I think they both should be in C.
Solo
But
and
that's
Rebels? Okay.
wild.
See, there you
No,
go.
the
Solo should
ones
be
kinda
B.
suck.
I don't know. You can leave my. I'm gonna
He's
stop
so
streaming. There you go.
short. Why is he so short?
I'm surprised that was a thing. I was hoping it was a thing. I looked it up while we were talking about it. I was like, I wonder what their favorite mall legs are. And it is a thing, so.
All right, that's all I actually had. The last thing I wanted to say is that the next celebration was announced to be in Los Angeles in 2027. So two years away, or yeah, 2 years away. It's gonna be Los Angeles this time. So yeah, that's all I had. I think the celebration overall was pretty decent. I think there's some exciting things coming out, other worrying things, but yeah.
So we're all going to
Anyone has any
LA
last comments?
2027, correct?
Japan?
Playing for it now.
I'll go
Los
to
Angeles.
Japan.
Hello.
Oh.
Los Angeles. Well, you guys not just talking, just listening. You guys are looking up stuff. Look at you.
Japan?
Japan. Did someone say Japan?
Japan?
Okay,
Put it
so
hot, and I'm gonna climb in a tauntaun.
to end, I got us a game, a Star Wars related game. Here's how the game works.
Battlefront 2?
No, I wish. Imagine that'd be sick. Here's how the game works. It's gonna be a quiz, and we're gonna take turns answering the questions. So
No.
we'll go in the Luke, Evan, Trent, Zach
gonna
order. Now that I
lose.
see it, that's just the
I'm
best
actually
way.
so screwed.
Well, you can't lose. We're a team, so don't worry. It's not a competition against each other. If you
Oh,
fail,
I see.
it opens up to the floor and we judge you silently and
Oh,
verbally.
okay.
So
That's fine.
the game's simple. It's basically who said this quote. Who
Oh.
said this quote?
Okay.
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 It
So
should be
Luke
easy.
Luke
I am
starts.
your father.
This is a different one than last time that I did with some of you. This is a different quiz. I have to find it because I pulled up a lot of different tabs, but here it is. It's
Yeah,
kind
so
of
you had like
easiest.
100 tabs.
We have 7 minutes to do this quiz, so pressure's kind of on. I'm
Wait,
gonna
are you
start
sharing
sharing
your
my screen
screen?
again. Let me know when we
Yeah.
can all see it, and then I'll start it. Can you all see this right now?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
So I'll do the first one, then Evan, then Trent, then Zach. Unless it goes this way. I don't know which way it's going.
Oh, it says what movie it's in.
Yeah. You have to say what character says it. So some will look pretty
Okay.
easy.
Uh-oh.
I think it should be very doable. I haven't actually looked too deeply at this.
Yeah.
We're just going for a quick thing.
I was gonna
so.
say movie definitely helps a lot. Like
Yeah.
knowing which
You have to
one it's from.
say. You have to say the quote too. I think that'll
Oh,
be
I
fun.
know. Help me, Obi-Wan. I know that one.
That's not yours though.
It's not yours though. It's not yours.
Yeah. Monsters out there, leaking in here. We saw all sinking and no power. When are you so thinking we are in trouble? I'm gonna say Jar Jar.
That's probably.
Wow.
So then I get remember,
Okay.
concentrate on the moment, feel, don't think, trust your instincts. That's Qui-Gon Jinn, probably.
How do you spell Qui-Gon? Good job.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Trent?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
That's
No,
it.
you're
No,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
on the time close, baby.
Oh my goodness, dude.
You're on this one, Trent.
Oh,
You
we
see
have to
the
go down?
yellow?
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Is that first one Zam?
Yeah.
Can be no mistakes this time. That is Django Fett.
Nice, good pull, dude.
The Django.
Okay.
So-
Zach, your turn.
Someday I will be the most powerful Jedi. Was that my boy Anakin Skywalker?
I feel like that's kind of easy, but I like it. The dark side has clouded their vision. Hundreds of senators are now under the influence of the Sith Lord called Darth Sidious. Oh, I don't know, guys. Oh my gosh, I think it's Mace Windu. The dark side clouded their vision. Hundreds of senators are now under the influence of the Sith Lord called Darth. I think it's Mace. Am I
think
wrong?
you'd be right. No, I think you're right.
Who is it, Trent?
I'm pretty sure it's Count Dooku.
I was gonna say I thought it was Dooku.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh,
Nah, good
That's
pull,
old.
guys.
Okay.
Anakin
Evan, your turn.
Skywalker. I
Bro,
accept.
this was so easy.
I expected so with your reputation to be a little older. That is General Grievous.
I don't know how I'm gonna spell that, but
General Grievous.
Just spells Grievous, dude.
okay, there you go. Your turn.
Oh, it's me. I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. The dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor. That's Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my goodness. I'm glad this is in the
Anakin,
competition.
you're breaking my heart. I think it's Padme.
I saw Padme.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Damn,
spelled that
dude.
wrong. Never mind. My bad. Oh, I get this one. Help me. That's Leia.
No, R2D2.
Help me. You're kind of right, actually. Evan, your turn.
That wizard is just a crazy old man. Now tomorrow I want you to take that R2 unit to Anchorhead and have its memory erased. That'll be the end of it. It belongs to us now. Pretty sure that's Uncle Owen?
Uncle Owen. Yeah, good
Uncle
pull.
Owen.
Trent, your pick. Your pull.
You're far too trusting. Antowine? Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Is too remote to make an effective demonstration, but don't worry, we'll deal with your rebel friends soon enough. That would be Grand Moff Tarkin.
Nice.
Okay, guys, we're running out of time, so we gotta go quicker.
Oh, his
yeah.
lightsaber. Ah, it was Ben.
Oh no, what's Obi-Wan? Obi.
Same thing. I still get that.
Yeah, you do.
No, I am your father. I know.
R2D2.
Oh, never mind. They're two different ones. Okay, that's
Yeah.
Vader. Okay.
I know is
I know.
Han. That's Han.
All right, I love you. I know.
No,
Oh,
try
I
not. Do or do not. There is no try. Yoda, let's go. I love that one.
Are you slimy, double-crossed, no good swindler? Why am I blanking? Was this Leia?
No.
What
Is it
what?
Han to saying
Nope.
to
I think is it Lando?
Is it Land? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it Lando?
It is
saying to
Lando.
Han? Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that line.
Oh, I know this one too.
What if he? Oh, who's on this one? I'm on this one.
I
What if he doesn't
just failed
survive?
to you.
He's worth a lot to me. Oh, what if he does? Who? Oh, who says this one? Oh. I don't know who says it, guys.
Boba Fett.
Boba?
You're right. Okay.
R2 says that the chances of survival are 725 to 1. Actually, R2 has been known to make mistakes from time to time. Oh dear, this is 3PO.
Yeah. Okay.
Take your weapons, strike me down with all your hatred, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete. That would be Palpatine? Sidious?
Oh
Yeah,
no, I
nice.
forget his name. Admiral Akbar.
Yeah,
Yeah!
boy.
Love that guy.
For all you
Oh,
2 fans out there,
scary.
Tim. Woohoo.
Rest in peace.
Next one.
This is you, dude.
Oh right. Isn't this Jar Jar?
In Return of the Jedi?
No. I mean, no. I meant what's the slimy guy's name? Oh my goodness. Oh, the big slime ball. The hut. Hut. Java.
There you go.
The hut. Okay, I must be wrong. What is it?
No, it's 2 B's, dude.
Oh, that can't be it. Oh my goodness. No, I'm sorry. Okay, next one.
Never. I'll never turn to the dark side. You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi like my father before me. That's Luke. That's such a banger
Han
line.
Solo.
Okay.
I didn't know there was this much green in the whole galaxy. Ray?
Oh no!
Okay.
I don't know these movies.
We're running out of time, guys. Do
The
this. Do
belonging
these
you
ones
seek
together.
is not ahead of you. Behind you is ahead. Is that? I can't remember. Is it the chick with the big head and the eyes
what I
and
was
the
thinking.
goggles?
Yeah,
Isn't that
Maz.
Maz Kanata?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm counting that for me.
I can fly anything. That's Poe.
Okay, I don't know this.
Yeah, just start
Droid,
Young,
please.
no, we need to rush this
Droid,
one.
please.
I'm gonna say Finn. Okay,
Good
cool.
job.
Nice, good
It's the
guess,
end of
good
the
guess.
Thanks.
It is the
Um,
end of the Republic.
Oh, what's his name? The orange
Can we skip
head.
that one?
Yeah, is it Hux? Hux? General
Hux. Nice. Good
How do you
pull.
spell that? Oh, good one. Okay, you are
H-U-X?
no Vader. You're just child in the mask. Snoke?
is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have 30 seconds left, guys. With the
Luke.
past,
Just type Luke. Just type Luke.
Yeah, it is Luke. Good pull. Oh, is it not?
It's not.
Kylo? Kylo.
Yeah, Kylo.
No.
What?
What?
Snoke? No, you already had Snoke.
With
Who
the
said
past,
this
I
one?
killed if you have to. There's only to become what you are meant to be. Is that Maz again? Is that Leia?
It's not Rey, is it?
Nope.
Who said that?
Was it?
Kylo.
I take
Kylo.
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 Nah.
Dude.
These ones we missed. We just covering out of time.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I don't care about those movies.
I don't know if I would have got them.
General Leia Organa.
Nice
Admiral
Admiral
Reed.
Holdo. That should be Admiral Boo.
What?
Admiral what?
Boob? Admiral Boob?
Admiral Boob?
Oh, look, we beat the average score, though.
Yeah,
46.
all 4 of us did
That's
better
crazy.
than one.
And
I think you
Yeah.
said, Luke, that we can make fun of the person that got the most wrong, and I think that might have been you. So do we get to make fun of you now, or?
no.
Luke
mean-
definitely spelled the most names wrong, that's for sure.
I was the only one typing them.
That's a good point, Zach.
Stu John.
Please.
Dude, I'm
Oh, yeah, I
recording
was gonna
right
take
now.
a shot at George Lucas.
Stu John.
I was saying the creative genius who came up with Obi-Wan's planet because he took Jon Stewart's name and rearranged it to Stu John.
Stu John.
That's the man we have faith in George Lucas. We
Yeah.
did.
That's our hero.
George.
All right, take us out.
Well, I think if we have anything else to talk about, but if not, I think I'll probably close this out here. Much for tuning in, guys, to this episode. Next week
Thanks for
we'll
having
have
me.
another episode for you. Thanks, hey, guests. Thank you, guests, for making an appearance.
Hey, no worries.
I was a
I got
nice
you.
surprise.
Slap a super like in the chat for Zach. Super
We get
like.
5 big boobs.
boom, boom, boom. It's not ironic when Strett does it. He's fully a supporter of the big boom industry. Funny thing is,
Well,
Zach's,
we'll catch you guys next
Zach's
week.
brother
Thanks so
just
much.
died too, so that works perfectly.
Was?
Did he?
Okay, R.I.P. the Pope. We love you.
Zach's
My
brother.
brother's the Pope. That is the Pope.
Oh yeah, we could talk about that. the Pope dying right after Conclave came out, 5 months after.
The day
Suspicious.
after JD Vance visited him, by the way.
Conspiracy?
JD
Or,
Vance
conspiracy.
visited the Pope.
Conspiracy,
JD Vance
what's the
killed the
word?
Pope.
Confirmed.
Confirm. You heard it
What's
here
the word?
first,
Not
folks.
conspiracy. It's
Truth
um,
bomb.
stuff happens
Not
at
a
the same time.
conspiracy.
It's like, oh,
Coincidence?
that's a blank. Coincidence.
It's a
Coincidence? I think
It's not,
not.
though. It's not at all. JD Vance killed him.
Goodbye and eat your breakfast. Boom.
I
Boom.
hate breakfast.
Catholicism.